1,000 years ago, the King of England was from Denmark. And although he reigned for some 2 decades, most young people anyway would remember him from the story of him trying to demonstrate the limitations of a king's power by trying to curb the incoming sea. And I've often thought how much more successful he might have been in demonstrating the point of the tide had been going out rather than coming in. And sometimes I think of our Danish Commissioner and think that she might have had a more satisfactory period in office if the tide had been with her rather than against her. Because it seems to me that the high water mark for dealing with climate change in this Parliament and in the European Union was towards the end of 2007. And since then we've been trying to cling on to our ambitions and finding it more and more difficult to see them implemented. Of course, we've got the background of the financial crisis and of growing unemployment and concern about jobs going overseas, and above all the lack of a global agreement. The sense that why should we go it alone if the world is not playing fair with us? And now we come to the point where the Environment Committee of all bodies can't even agree a report on this issue. And for what reason? As Mr Saber said, because some EPP members, all EPP members, didn't like the 25% target. But we've already agreed the 25% target when we dealt with the low-carbon roadmap, and it's often been said by the Commissioner that we're probably on target to reach 25% anyway without additional measures. So we seem to have got ourselves locked into a position where there is conflict for no good reason. Environmentalists look to the Industry Committee and perhaps the EPP and treat them with suspicion, and too many members of the Industry Committee look at the Environment Committee and the common ground just disappears. I hear, though, many members of the EPP, many members of the Industry Committee saying that we have to tackle the problem of global warming, we have to deal with CO2 emissions, and there's got to be common ground here. I want to see businesses succeed. We all want to see European businesses succeed. There have got to be opportunities for ensuring more opportunities, for ensuring that business can succeed and can go down a low-carbon future and can survive in an increasingly competitive world. But we've got to bridge these gaps. So for my part, Mr President, I'm undertaking here, I'm going to work more closely with my EPP colleagues and my Industry Committee colleagues. I'm going to listen more closely to their arguments. I'm going to try and frame the way in which I respond in accord with their views. But together, I hope we can put business and the environment and go forward united, in a united fashion.